We are talking Deadpool 2, and don't worry, there will be no spoilers in this review. Obviously, the sequel to the very, very popular movie Deadpool, starring Ryan Reynolds. This one introduces us to Cable and Domino, two other Rob Liefeld creations. I'm not going to go too much into the plot. I've seen some of the reviews that are actually giving it an absolutely stellar review. I've got to say, I didn't love this movie. I enjoyed it. I think it's a good, it's a good comic book movie, but it's in no means a classic, if you ask me. Now, I know I'll probably be against the grain compared to most other YouTube reviewers here. But what works, first of all, Ryan Reynolds obviously still fantastic in this role, obviously giving us a much deeper Deadpool this time around, I would say, with far more emotional depth that I was kind of expecting. There are some quite dark moments within this film itself. There is, lots of kind of chances for Deadpool to grow as a character, maybe not in the way that people would like. If you're a comic book purist, you may not be the biggest fan of this movie. But then there's, Deadpool has a good arc and, grows as a person, as you'd probably, as you would want to do in the most of the film's arc and stuff like that. And there's some good action sequences in this film. There's more action sequences in this film. The plot is a little bit more complex than the first film. There's maybe a little bit more to it than the first film. There are some fun celebrity cameos. It's alright to spoil for you, obviously. And it all sounds very good. But to me, I didn't think the jokes landed quite as well, with the exception maybe of the last the last act of this film, which I thought was very good, especially the end credit scene. But the jokes to me were okay, but they weren't constant. Like they weren't as constantly funny as the first film. The story as well seems just a little bit kind of hashed together. The actual plot, I don't know, it just didn't gel for me. Without kind of going into spoilers, it's difficult to say too much, but it just felt a little bit discombobulated, if that makes sense. Just a bit thrown together. I feel if you are wanting an X-Force movie, you'll be disappointed. But that's not really a criticism of this much. I thought there's a kind of a gag that worked quite well with this one. There's some really dodgy CGI. I mean, I know Deadpool is on the lower budget side compared to some of the other superhero movies, but there's some real bad CGI in this movie. Again, in the third act, I did enjoy the third act. I think it was quite fun. And does some interesting things, but Cable wasn't as good as I was kind of hoping him to be. He's okay. Domino was pretty good, but I didn't feel like she had that much to do. I felt you've seen most of her best bits in the trailers. There's not really much else outside of that. There are some nods to Deadpool's grey suit, for example, things like that. Yeah, it's okay. It's an enjoyable film. I think the Deadpool 1 was groundbreaking. This movie to me isn't groundbreaking. It's enjoyable. You'll enjoy it if you like the first one. I don't think it will. People won't say they hated it, but I just don't think it was as strong in any sense than the first one. And I'm sure I'll probably be in the minority in this one because I know I've seen some of the reviews and they just kind of painted it as the second coming, basically. Saying it's better than Infinity War. Even it's a good film, but it's just not a classic, if you ask me. I feel there's not all that much rewatchability factor in it. So there you go. I'm, a little bit disappointed maybe, but I still had a good time at the cinema. There are some good action set pieces. I thought the beginning was strong up until we introduced the kid. You may have seen in the trailers, and then the kind of I liked some elements, but not everything of the kind of the final act. So overall, a bit of a mixed bag for me. Overall, I would say I kind of enjoyed this more than didn't enjoy it. So we'll give it a 6 out of 10. But it wasn't a classic, if you ask me. I don't think this is one of the kind of the standout kind of genre movies for me. I'm very curious to obviously see if anyone else feels like this, because I would imagine people will just get kind of swept up in all the mania and everything. So 6 out of 10. What are you guys' thoughts? Leave me a comment. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.